much as I would like to take some decisive action right now, we can't operate on hearsay.
What
So
about a neighbor reporting?
Again, we're just on.
We don't give each other legal advice in this room. We'll get some.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it back. It's a touchy area.
Yeah. So neighborhood watch is legally hearsay.
Right.
I'm not here to defend that.
Absolutely.
But I'm here to collect some more information before I go off half-cocked.
All right, well, I'm just saying that's where it is in the village. And I know this is a huge problem, and it could be cutting off the head of the snake and another head appears. But I've been more involved with the local constable than I ever have in my life. And, helping out and talking, and I know it can be privy to an ongoing investigation. But I'm telling you, it's been going on a long time. I've given a lot of information, and I don't know what the priorities are. One guy, I don't see Roger, glad he's doing a job I guess he has to do, but I don't see him patrolling a lot. I think he works a pretty regular schedule, which they know. And that's how it is. So my suggestion for Neighborhood Watch would be invest your money in some CCTV stickers and signs. Because I think that would be more of a deterrent, whether you have cameras or not, than a Neighborhood Watch sign.
That's been discussed also. And we're looking into the legality of that. So there are certain things that we can take pictures of. I think like streets and things like this, and this is a very high level, but we can't deploy license tag readers, for example, because that's against the law in New Hampshire. So there's going to be a way that we may be able to provide that sort of deterrent. Personally, I think if you actually implemented a formal neighborhood watch, a door like that might be one of the first ones I knock on. Hi, I'm from Neighborhood Watch. I just wanted to let you know we're talking to everybody here in the neighborhood, and we're encouraging you, should you see anything illegal going on, like drug use, everybody else around you is all committed to calling the police at any hour of the day or night. It's a really good thing you can do for our community.
Well, they're armed, so again, hearsay, but I wouldn't want to knock on that door. And as far as exposure, we've lost one tenant because of the visible drug use in town, and we're threatened with a lawsuit, which we've avoided. We have them parking on our property. The users, God bless them, they need help, or they choose to use, but they're parking on our property, walking around. That's a liability for me. So, I want the drug house taken care of.
Thoughts?
I think we need to get just the legalities of writing a letter, definitely.
Yeah, which we don't know.
And talk to Roger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy to go on record as fully supporting the neighborhood initiative, whatever form it takes. Surveillance, public, using Michael's technology to publicly stream the neighborhood 24/7, doesn't bother me a bit. Writing to the landlord, I think, can be a very effective technology. I'm fully in support of that if we can find a way to do it legally. I wouldn't hesitate. I'll even buy the stamp. I think it's important and entirely appropriate that people who are disturbed by public activity get a chance to react to it in a public and appropriate way. And here's trouble now.
Apologize for the tardiness. We were occupied with an individual.
Maybe Roger can comment a little bit on it, or do we not, if it's occupied here?
What time is it?
Almost 7 o'clock.
So we were just.
Well, I'm not sure I want to put Roger on the spot until we've heard out his guest.
I'm just finished yesterday's call, and now I have today's. So it's, if we're on the road, it's gonna be corrected, it just, matter of time. So the sooner we get the new chief in there and start rolling, I know some of these people that, and past people that I've worked with, they do some work for us in consideration with drug task force and charges. So we're getting more and more information every day, it's just putting it together in something that's gonna stick and hold for a while. So, it's coming together.
So if we started a crime watch in neighborhoods and we saw something particular happening and we call it in, what can you do about it?
In order for something to be valid information, I need the person to identify themselves, give me what they saw, exactly what it was, how they knew what it was. It needs to be rock solid information. You have a lot of just information that's information. And then if you have everything starting to coincide, then you have somewhat reasonable information, but you really need rock solid. I saw this on this date, I know it was heroin because of this. And that person needs to be willing to give their name. If they aren't, it holds no weight.
Do they have to sign a paper that?
Yeah, statement form, and then you be willing to testify in court. So until somebody's willing to put the risk out, or there's charges pending on them where they're heavy enough that they're willing to cooperate with us, it won't happen. So it's just getting one at a time. So, information's good, and information led to the apprehension of the armed robber over there. Without just public's information. And they weren't identified. It was just, I knew that car was there regularly because they gave me information. So I was able, when they gave me the description of the car, I was able to recall from memory the plate and say, hey, this is the car we're looking for. And it happened to be the one running out the other end. So information is good, it's just whether or not it's useful or can be put together in an organized manner.
Was everybody arrested in that situation?
No, we're still pending evidence from the state lab. So, everything moves very, very slowly. The state lab is very backed up, months and months behind. And there's some evidence we have in there that is key to the arrest. I'm not going to indict and push off an indictment, or keep pushing off an indictment until I have enough. So, in the meantime, they're being held with other things. So they are being watched.
Well, I think we successfully waltzed around that topic without damaging anybody's reputation. That's good.
I'm good at that.
Before you got here, we were talking about implementing neighborhood watch program. We hadn't quite got to the point where we approved the spending of $150 to buy some kits. We certainly didn't want to do that in a vacuum without consultation with your people, or in this case, your person. But, more importantly perhaps, we have a guest from Fish and Game. So what's this all about? Who are you and what can I do?
I'm Jonathan with Fish and Game, so I'm the officer that covers this area. And I just was addressing issues with ATVs and dirt bikes being on the road. And then I was told that it was legal. So that's why I'm here to just get clarification on what is legal and what is not for the town.
According to the legislature, the town must give permission for ATV riders to use Class 6 roads. And we had a request from a constituent supported by Selectman or 3. We asked for legal advice, and we granted permission for use of ATVs on Class 6 roads only.
Okay.
So,
And when did that take place?
January perhaps?
Oh, it's this year?
Later than that. It was later than that. It was like April or May, right? Yeah.
Was this year?
Yeah, 2015.
Okay.
Is there a concern from Fish and Game?
Yeah, I've been addressing issues on it, and if they're allowed to be on it through the town, that becomes an issue on my point, because I'm either arresting or summoning people for being on the road, given that most of the operation on the road is not just them being on the road, it's people on the road intoxicated, because you can't really, on a Class 6 road, in order to get to there, you have to be on another town road, or someone else's property. And the issue that I get is a lot of these Class 6 roads, which
somebody's crossing a field and it's not the class 6 road, yeah, I mean, you can stop them, it's not the class 6 road.
Right, and that's totally up
Or
to,
they're on a class 5 road, you can stop them.
right, and the town has every right to open up and do whatever they want, it's their roads. We're just saying, from our standpoint, I covered 10 towns. From Concord's standpoint, if the town wants to open up roads, see, our law is illegal to operate on the roads. So if the town wants to open that, then it kind of becomes the town's responsibility, just because we don't have the enforcement on our end.
Yeah,
They've opened up the roads up north, and it was a mess up there.
it's great out there, I go out there all the time.
Yeah, but you're not seeing what we're having to deal with, and what the PDs are having to deal with.
I beg to differ, I rode 1,000 miles the last 2 years up there. I saw 2 fish and game officers and 2 police officers. In both of those instances, they were great, they thought it was an awesome thing for up there.
Yeah.
And I think it would be crazy to
Okay.
not allow it.
So, a question, when
Yeah.
you say you no longer have jurisdiction.
No, I would say I still have jurisdiction, it
Yes.
just wouldn't be our responsibility.
So at least my understanding of it was that we would allow the operation,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that you can violate any laws that pertain to roads. So if, with drinking, speeding, anything else, reckless driving, all that stuff's still an offense, correct?
I mean, it still would be. Yeah.
If I'm reading between the lines, what you're suggesting though is that your boss will tell you not to bother to patrol the roads, the class 6 roads in this town.
Not that I wouldn't patrol it, it just, if something should happen, we get numerous complaints for ATVs being on the roads, for operation, for them getting off the roads, ATV accidents, dirt bike accidents. Should that happen, it just wouldn't be my primary responsibility if the town opened it.
Right.
That's all. So then, the problem then occurs that if you do open, then it will be up to the town to cover that stuff. And then, based on that, like, how the town does it. The other thing is just, they really should be signed so that ATV people know that they can be on this road. And then when it stops this road and they can't go any further, because the problem is they'll just ride a class 6 road and then hook onto another road, thinking that they can be on it because it's a dirt road, but it's not class 6, so it just cartwheels into more and more problems. But the other thing is, I don't know if your town has insurance for, should an accident or something occur on the class 6 road for ATV or dirt bikes. Like, we have our state insurance for that when we open up our ATV dirt bike trails for us.
I think we're gonna be okay. What I recommend that we do, gentlemen, is we wait for the groundswell of public complaint, which I predict will never occur. You will or you will not, as your boss requires, continue to enforce people who trespass with an ATV or a dirt bike. We're certainly not going to increase Roger's workload deliberately at this moment. And that if it turns into a problem, I mean, you've come to alert us to a potential problem, is the way I understand it. If it turns into a problem, then the logical response from my office is, let's have a public hearing. Let's talk about it with everybody in town who cares, and see where we want to go. My first impulse is to open up as much of the road system and the information system and the public buildings as we possibly can within the law, and only restrict when there's a problem we're trying to address. It's just like the piece about neighborhood watch.
Now,
Only involving cup holders on ATVs.
in the meantime, now that it's open, that'll be relayed to the state. What was that accident you had with the child a few weeks back? Was that on Saturday or Sunday?
I can't remember, but it was
It was on the weekend, and it ended up being a reckless driving incident where the child was injured without a helmet, this and that. Fishing game covered it. In the meantime, if we have another one of those, what's the town's plan to cover that? State police won't. We just see what happens.
I'll wait for the uproar.
Yeah, so honestly, if there were an injured child due to an ATV accident, nobody would respond.
No, they would respond, but
State police is still gonna respond, but
they're not.
typically they're not enforcing OHRV on the road. I mean,
Well, that's really your
straight from my kernel.
Yeah.
So, that's how we've done it with everything up north. We
So
set
if it starts to blow up and become a problem, one of the people we'll invite to that meeting is your boss, and the other one is our legislator, and we'll work it out as if we were all grown-ups.
Okay. That works for me.
Even though that often proves not to be the case. But I do appreciate your concern. I can hear it from your perspective.
Yeah, I just didn't know about it.
We just created a vacuum in our ignorance. I've learned nothing this evening that makes me think that I want to reverse our decision right away. But I appreciate the fact that you've broadened my perspective on this. We didn't anticipate any trouble at all. We were responding to citizen request and a piece of legislation that's very clearly written.
Okay.
And so far, we've gotten away with it.
Are you doing that on a person-to-person basis?
Nope. Live free or die. Or in some cases, perhaps up there on the mountain, live free and die. I mean, it is true that those little buggers are occasionally irresponsibly operated far from help. I was on the rescue squad for at least one of those events where we had to haul some big person a very long way through the woods in the middle of the night. And nobody wins. There's no victor there. It's just all unhappiness, expense. But so far, this year. And to be fair to you and to the citizens of Alstead, I think that the net amount of miles driven by off-road vehicles on town class 6 roads over the last 5 years hasn't changed. If anything, has gone up. It's just now suddenly legal. We certainly weren't enforcing it beforehand. We received one complaint a year from a butter who felt abused because there were giant pieces of their driveway missing.
And yeah, I guess that's why we get all the complaints for Fish and Game if you're only getting one. Just because in like the past week I've gotten like 6, just for Alstead alone. So obviously if that's forward the calls to you guys and
Yeah, if it's within your authority to either keep track of that, summarize it, send it to us, or just forward them.
Yeah,
Let you know what the rules are.
do you have a copy of your ordinance that allows them to ride on the road that I might be able to get at some point?
Sure. It'd be a line in a set of minutes, and someone will have to remember which month it was, and someone will have to read through them. But basically, we will refer to a particular piece of legislation and note that on this day we adopted that.
Yeah.
And that will be available to you during office hours, I suspect.
For your 6 calls, were there 6 different people, or are they 6 of the same?
2 from the same person.
So, quick question, do you get complaints about 4-wheelers, like Jeeps and stuff?
Not so much about Jeeps at this point in the year. Usually that's during the spring.
Yeah.
Because the Jeeps and the jacked up trucks will tear up, and they ruin it, and
Right.
it just creates erosion and so forth, where you end up having to repair it when snowmobile season comes.
Right.
So, but
What was the law on vehicles on Class 6 road?
vehicles are allowed to.
Vehicles have always been allowed on
I
class.
guess they're registered, and ATVs are registered.
ATVs are registered.
If they're unregistered, then they can get stopped. The money goes to something.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. So you think your department will just start to forward those complaints immediately to us?
I mean, I can. Obviously,
That's
once,
your boss's desire, now that you know what the rule is?
yeah, they said if the town opens up the rules, it becomes the town's responsibility. Just at this point, because we don't have the manpower to pick it up. Because once everybody finds out it's legal to be on these roads, the more people start coming in, and that's what kind of happened with the problems that we have. So, like I said, I cover so many towns now that specifically attracting a focus areas
Could make it easier.
more work for me.
Could make it easier if they were all over here.
So we have some statistical proof that usage of Class 6 roads has increased other than anecdotal data based on complaints?
Track that down.
Is there any, we can't really say that usage has gone up. I'm sorry, this feels a little bit like the state saying, we like it this way, and as long as you do it the way we like you to do it, then we're gonna help you out. But if you stray from that.
But we don't allow them on Class 6 roads, we never have.
Right.
That's our law, so. And the issue with
Just
that is
what it
it's
fly.
usually, so.
Talk to Colonel and we'll And that's why it is so great in Pittsburgh. You have clubs that take care of the trails, they respect the landowners, it's all organized. And what the state is saying that, John, I can barely get him to come to town as it is, it's not his fault. He's up in the White Mountains searching for people, he's all over the state. So the fact that we're gonna increase his call volume, or that he's coming down here for 6 calls in a week because of us and ATVs, that we're initializing the issue, the state is gonna say, sorry, it's your boat.
Now, quick question, I know sometimes if you do rescues, you can send a bill to the owner or whoever is rescued. I know they're doing that with some of the state
We try to, yeah.
try to.
They don't have to pay.
It usually doesn't work out. We just don't have the manpower.
So it's just a threat of hoping that they are smart and stand it up.
Because we do, essentially, we do search rescue for free. The state doesn't pay for us to do it, because we're a self-funded agency. So unlike state police or your other PDs that are funded through the town or the state, we're funded by fishing and hunting and trapping license money, as well as OHRV snowmobile registrations. So that's how we're funded. So when we do search and rescue, the hunters and the fishermen are the ones paying for us to do that, not the taxpayers and not the hikers. So we've created measures to try and compete with that, but essentially we don't have any money, so. And we don't have any money because we can't hire anybody, hence why I keep on change from 8 towns to 10 to 12 to.
Bobby has a question for you about geese. Geese.
Oh. Well, I already talked to
But
the
here's the
office.
guy who knows the answer.
I called about 5 geese that we haven't filed for. I was told we had to have a minimum of 20 before they come and relocate them.
All right, did you call Keene on that, or Concord,
Concord.
Concord? Yeah, I don't know what their,
Yeah.
typically that goes,
But,
Relocate them? Won't they fly right back?
yes.
Just,
Now, I know sometimes
So
they have
after
to,
first, we could
they have this plan to add like
Relocate them.
a repeater on it with a whistle. Is that anything you can get for them, or?
it's through our Wildlife Services Division, they're our federally, our co-partner for that. So usually it's all through them, so they might have told you the 20, I'm not sure on what, typically we refer to Wildlife Services, because they're the ones that have the fencing supplies and the aeronautic.
Yeah, those
Stuff
work
like
very,
that.
very well.
Is it just because they're creating a nuisance, just 5 of them that are?
Yes, it's a lot of cleanup, but
Okay.
5 of them are grading.
Yeah, you got children around there and everything else, so it's really a health issue.
I know there's people on Lake Warren dealing with it with motion-activated sprinklers.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
That
things.
are keeping
to
them
make
off.
it to where-
Nationwide, owls, we had the owls,
Talk to Joey Bates.
Yeah, he has a set of them and they work great.
but,
The motion-activated sprinklers.
yeah.
So,
And from a more drastic measure, say it were September 1st and goose season's in. Roger, do you know what the distances ballpark are to houses?
you need 300 feet
Yeah, I just
for
don't
a
know,
permanently occupied dwelling, which will be the place on Lilas Pool, so.
meaning the building itself.
Right.
If it were being permanently occupied or ever occupied.
I think that being that it's occupied during the summer would be considered a permanent
They're
occupied
closed on
year
Monday
round.
and Tuesday. Can it be done on a Monday or Tuesday?
No, I think it carries through, if I'm correct.
That was my question.
Lure boy. Hey, come on across this line.
The issue you're gonna run into, you got Lilas Pool and then you have the house that's in Lincoln there, whether you can get 300 feet from both and actually get shot off.
Maybe relocate them before you relocate.
I'm sure there's plenty of footage.
All right, something else for this nice young man who's got more than enough to do. How about the other young man? Okay. Something we can do for you this evening? Make your life more complicated or difficult?
Right, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Good luck on your new
Anything else,
position.
Lorraine?
No, sir.
Very nice. Take care.
HR, anybody here from HR? How about MSG? Anybody here from MSG?
I got I don't know, we want to talk about when's Buster supposed to be,
I do all those things, Rock, we're gonna be asking you to do them. But not until then,
So, yeah, those are the FEMA courses,
for NIMS.
to be able to say that you're emergency management director, so, yeah. So I think somehow between one of us will have somebody that can cover it, we won't need to go out and look for someone.
No, that seemed clear. That's what the selectmen were wanting to do. So, AABC,
We're gonna have a meeting, I think, the 12th for the next meeting. And I've been working on the CIP plan, which I'm gonna bring to them anyways before I bring to you guys, but one thing, I know you guys wanna get started on a budget too, but any capital that we plan on purchasing this year, which I think we got 2 on the list, which is a David's truck and fire truck, whichever. Not to wait till like November 31st before they bring any quotes in, that we need to have this stuff before then, because this is, the pattern has always been, last minute you get the stuff, and
generally, I think it's fair to say that it's in the town's best interest, that the bigger the dollar amount is, the longer we have to deliver it.
That's fine, but getting quotes and stuff like that, that's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
We could speed that.
get some numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
So we look at numbers, not different scenarios.
So we got which fire truck?
Village one, I guess is the one they're looking at.
They also check into used ones, Lon?
Yeah, this is gonna be a conversation we're gonna have, but yes, there's different scenarios. But the chief is the one that needs to start it.
I can
The
say-
voters have the final say, though.
Right.
The selectmen are the middlemen, whether or not a warrant article comes forward.
Right.
As you may recall, there's 2 ways you can do that. One is for the department heads and the budget committee and the planning board to convince the select board that this is something we need right now, and it ought to be this particular configuration. If that fails, which it has in the past, the select board has proven quite stubborn on some of these things. There's always the avenue of petition warrant article. Completely democratic, in fact, more democratic than running it through 3 people, in my mind. So, but, Glenn's right, bringing something like that forward on November 30th is a pretty much guarantee that the selectmen will endorse it. Because it's just irresponsible to try to make a decision that large in that tiny little window of time we have, before we have to file the warrant.
Right.
It's not good government.